So today I want to speak about don't take your BS out on other people. I'll see you after this intro. So welcome back. My name's I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So today I want to title this, and I really thought about what I could kind of call it, and I want it to be really kind of congruent and to the point about what I want to say. So I thought I'll title this, Don't Take Your BS Out on Other People. It's a long title, but it says what it says on the tin. It does what it says on the tin, I should say. So what do we do when we are in that state of, oh, I don't know what I should do now, and I'm so lost, and everyone else is really pissing me off and really getting on my nerves and blah, blah, blah. What do? We take it out on the people that we love the most. Not their fault. You know, it's down to you to share and care. That's what I say, share and care. When you share, they begin to care. We'll be able to really identify what is your problem and how they can help you solve it, or if it needs solving. It may be that you just need to just release. Maybe just that you need to just let go. You know how it is. It is what it is. So is that a way you could really portray it? I have to think about that. So back to the matter, back to the facts. Don't infringe your BS on other people. You know, we all go through trials and tribulations, and if you're a spiritual being going along your journey in life and you're not sure what's going on, and you're just having a bump in the road or a major crater in the road, or you may have a big mountain in the road, you know what? Share and care. Talk about it. Meditate. Talk to your guides. Spend time in nature. Go for walks. Understand what your challenge is. You know, because we are good at blaming others, but not being accountable for our own stuff. You know, I have to be careful what I say, obviously, because YouTube is going to just be like cutting it. But what I just want to say is, like, don't let your stuff get to you as bad as it does. You know, I recently had a friend of mine who was really struggling coming out of lockdown, not seeing his family. He's obviously, him and his partner lived in different places, and it was really tough not seeing each other, but we could only do this video call. And I get that. Yeah, I kind of get it. So instead of really embracing, and when they now can get together, that finally moved in together, finally, embrace it, you know. But what they did do, he got a bit aggressive, a bit annoyed, and he started to take his BS out on his partner, which isn't fair, right? But hey, we all do that. And, you know, sometimes it's just where we just release. It doesn't mean that it's right. So you must remember that it's not other people's problem that you're going through this shit. It's down to you to help solve that situation and override it. So the reality is, what do? If we're going through a dark night of the soul, most people are and have been, and they don't know what it is. It's a form of depression. It's actually a spiritual depression. You know, Adler said that, he's a famous psychologist. He turned and said that we exist within our own realm. You know, we are circumstances of what is happening today, and it's not other people's problem that we have these issues. It's down to us to solve our own issues. And when we turn around and blame other people, we kind of give away the power to people and blame. We don't learn from that challenging path that we've been down. The whole point of going through that challenging path is for you to grow, is for you to be more empowered, is for you to move with those movers and shakers and being able to move from here up to here, not just go down and up, down and up, down and up, you know. And the reality is as well that when we look at things like racism, sexism, homophobia, and all these different things, and ageism and things like those, you know, we are easy to put things into labels, and we need to start identifying why we are that way. And predominantly, it's all because of ignorance. We don't understand what these things are about or why it is that way. For example, you know, an older person, a senior person, they like to talk because they don't have that. All their friends probably passed away now, passed on. So when it'll be around the young people, they like to just share their knowledge and what they've done. But in other cultures, it is kind of like an honor to spend time with a senior citizen. You know, I think we're the only culture that don't embrace our elders, you know, from the Mayans to the Egyptians to the Apache Indians to the Persians to the people in Peru. All these people embraced their elders. You got the elders in the tribe who will be able to share their knowledge. We treat our elders like they're a bit of a burden, you know, that they're getting away. They're kind of like an old pair of socks that we no longer need. Not saying everybody, some people do. I think we need to turn around and start respecting them because they've been there longer and they can tell us a few things. I'm not saying they know everything, but they're more liable to know more than what we do because we think by the time you hit 15 that you think you know everything, and we all know that's not the case. So when I was 15, I thought I was the BIG, you know, but you know, it is what it is. But no, you know, reality is like, I begun to spend time with my parents before they passed because they were a lot more knowledgeable. They knew about stuff. My dad was an amazing medium, spiritual healer, and he can tap into stuff which now I'm doing and gone beyond, you know. So I learned it quite early. So I learned what my dad knew when he was in his 70s by the age of when I hit my 30s. And now I'm getting to my 40s. I'm a bit more beyond that now. And I'm now learning new things. So now I'm beginning to help, obviously, my son as he's growing in spirituality and being able to. And as an elder, we have the ability to determine and say, you know what, you know, Yoda said it, oh, the mind of a child, innocent and pure, they're not corrupted by society, you know, you're not corrupted by these fakeness, the media, the object of control and wanting to be more and to be somebody that we're not, you know. They just are them, you know, and they can teach us a lot. They can teach us so much. So as we grow and we begin to start developing and we start realizing that things like racism and ignorance, you know, is just our own projection in a way of our own lack of understanding, we can start to chip away and learn from the past and start growing. And instead of growing, we need to grow through it. You know, we need to grow through it, not go through it. We need to grow through it, don't go through it. Because if we stay in just going through it, we will remain stuck and we will return back to the same point, maybe a different way of circumstance, but we will return with the same kind of opportunity for change. And if we don't learn or grow through it, we won't have to grow to the next level. And what we learn on this level, we can put into the next level as we develop and we grow. And I've spent my time trying to get people to see how I am, what I expect it to be, how I expect them to be. Reality is, you know, it's a bit of BS really, because they are not me and I am not them. And how I view my life and how I seem to unfold and grow, it's down to me. But remember, if we're walking down two paths and we go off because we don't seem to get what we want, we have a tendency to deviate away and then lose the direction and then used to, without talking and sharing, not just lovers, friends and family, you will lose each other. We need to communicate and grow through it. And as we grow through it, we learn from it. And then we can able to look back. And so when the younger ones come after you, for example, your grandchildren or your children and your grandchildren come up after you, you can talk differently to them about what your experiences was, as opposed to you just going, oh, when I was your age, and you know, it's almost kind of like, oh, like on Only Fools and Horses during the war, you know, it's like just the idea, you know, and when that goes, you know, when that person is removed or passes on, you miss that line, and we don't, I can't put it, we don't realize the importance of what that word was. And my dad, before he went into one of these major long stories, he used to say, well, you know, when I talk, I'm always wrong, you know, or he would either put at the beginning of it or at the end. And it's almost kind of like, you're going to listen to me and I'm always right, basically. That's what he was trying to say. So and my mum was like roll of the dice. But the reality is like, we all have our own gimmicks. You know, we all have our saying. Like I used to say, and I still do say, interesting. I'm known for that. And that's just who I am. In essence, I'm trying to work something out, and it's giving me that little space to speak and to get the overall reasoning in order to pass it on. So, you know what? Don't project your BS onto other people, because it's not their shit. At the end of the day, it's your shit to deal with, and if you deal with your shit, you don't have to have a lot of shit after that, right? So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe and namaste.